In ancient Asia, a land rich with history and tradition, three souls found their destinies entwined in a tragic tale of love, bound by the invisible threads of fate. Their story is one of love, loss, and the haunting power of the unseen forces that shape our lives. Tony, the son of a wealthy merchant, exuded an aura of privilege and charm. His presence commanded attention wherever he went. Mechell, a young woman of remarkable beauty and grace, was irresistibly drawn to Tony's allure and the promise of a prosperous future. Yet there was Poric, a humble artist whose love for Mechell burned with the intensity of 1,000 suns. His passion was evident in every stroke of his brush. Poric's love was pure and selfless, recognizing the depths of her soul and understanding her in ways no one else could. His touch ignited a fire within Mechell that Tony's polished demeanor could never spark. Their connection was deep and profound, but fate had other plans, weaving a complex tapestry of choices and consequences. Mechell chose Tony, his wealth promising a life free from hardships and filled with comfort. The decision was not easy, but it seemed practical. Poric, heartbroken and devastated, watched as the woman he loved drifted away, his dreams shattered. His art grew dark and mournful, a testament to his pain and unfulfilled love. Each piece he created was a reflection of his sorrow and longing. As Mechell's wedding approached, the air was filled with excitement and anticipation. The vibrant colors of the decorations, the intricate designs of her bridal attire, and the joyous chatter of family and friends created a festive atmosphere. However, amidst this celebration, Poric couldn't bear to witness her union with another. His heart ached with a sorrow that seemed to deepen with each passing day. Desperate for closure, he sought her out for a final farewell, his heart pounding with dread and longing. The misty forest mirrored his inner turmoil, each step heavy with the weight of unspoken words. Mechell, torn between her chosen life and the love she left behind, agreed to meet Poric one last time. Her heart was a battlefield of emotions, each beat a reminder of the love she once cherished. They met in a secluded grove, the air thick with the scent of jasmine. The serene beauty of the place contrasted sharply with the storm of emotions raging within them. Tears welled in Mechell's eyes as she gazed upon Poric, his face etched with pain. The memories of their shared moments flooded back, making the present even more poignant. "I must say goodbye, my love," Poric whispered, his voice trembling. The words felt like shards of glass, cutting through the silence and leaving a trail of heartache. "Though my heart breaks, I wish you happiness," he continued, his voice barely above a whisper. The sincerity in his words was undeniable, a testament to the depth of his love. Mechell reached out, her fingers brushing against his cheek. The touch was gentle, yet it spoke volumes of the unspoken bond they still shared. "Oh, Poric," she breathed, her voice choked with emotion, "even though you will be wed to another, a part of my heart will always belong to you." They embraced, a bittersweet moment that lingered in the air. The world around them seemed to fade away, leaving just the two of them in a cocoon of shared sorrow and undying love. The weight of Poric's words hung heavy in the air, a reminder of the love they could never share. A love that was always just out of reach. Mechell knew she would never forget Poric, his love a bittersweet ache in her soul, a constant reminder of what could have been. As the sun set, Poric uttered a cryptic farewell. "May your wedding day be filled with joy, Mechell," he said, his eyes filled with sadness and unspoken words. On the day of Mechell's wedding, a vision of Poric's sorrowful eyes flashed before her. Her vows felt empty, her smiles strained. Unbeknownst to Mechell, Poric sought solace in the ancient temple on the outskirts of the village. This temple, whispered to be a conduit between the living and the spirit world, held a strange allure for Poric, a place where he could find peace. But on this night, Poric's sorrow would have a far more profound impact. Driven by despair, Poric chose the ancient temple as his final resting place. The temple, with its ancient walls and silent corridors, seemed to call out to him, offering a place where his sorrow could be eternally enshrined. As the last rays of sunlight faded, Poric took his own life. The twilight sky bore witness to his final moments, casting long shadows that seemed to mourn his passing. His anguished cries reverberated through the temple's foundations, imprinting his pain into its very stones. The walls, once silent, now echoed with his eternal lament, a haunting melody of despair. From that day forward, the temple transformed into a haven for the restless dead. Ghostly figures began to appear, their spectral forms drifting through the corridors, drawn to the sorrow that permeated the air. Villagers whispered tales of strange occurrences, of disembodied sobs echoing through the night. The once revered temple became a place of fear, its name spoken only in hushed tones. The temple became a source of fear and superstition, shunned by all but the most foolhardy. Over time it was abandoned, left to be reclaimed by nature, its entrance overgrown with wild plants. Among the villagers, stories spread of Poric's spirit, unable to find peace. They spoke of seeing his ghostly figure, dressed in traditional clothing, wandering the temple grounds. Mothers warned their children to stay away, fearing Poric's sorrow would corrupt their innocence. The temple became a forbidden place, a dark shadow over the village. But even as the villagers shunned the temple, a strange phenomenon began to occur. Mysterious lights were seen near the temple, and strange events left the villagers both terrified and intrigued. People seeking solace found themselves drawn to the temple, claiming Poric's spirit offered them whispered guidance. They believed that in his sorrow he had found a way to offer comfort to those in need, turning the temple into a place of eerie serenity.